Hi guys, this is Bamboo Shadow with some Aganihm Manip research I did recently, which I wanted to show you. Maybe, like, you can maybe use that for your own LADX speedrunning, maybe improve it and whatever. But this is some of the things I found out lately. So we all know the first two balls are always round. So just for your viewing pleasure, I'm going to go through them. So, first two balls always round. And one thing to note is, shoutouts to Disclude and his earlier Aganihm Manip attempts he did, because that's where I picked that up. So what to notice is, I'm using the save state here, so you can always see him. I actually gotta so now you should be able to see the mouse. So you realize he always moves from there to there in my save state. So first thing we gotta state is, oh, you see, if I slash my sword here, he's moving somewhere else. So that's like somewhat messing up the manip. If I just load the save state and do nothing, then he always moves there. So what I use as a reference is, I fucked up. Shit. What I use as a reference is that position right there. In that position, you're standing, let's put it that way, completely centered before Aganihm. There are two ways to recognize that position. I recognize the 1 pixel right shoe when you got Link exactly like that, facing down, and you position him vertically like that. You can see there's 1 pixel visible between the black line of Link's head and between his right shoe. So I call that the right shoe 1 pixel position. There's also other ways to recognize that you're completely centered in front of him, and that's that position. In that position, you can see that Link's ears are parallel to Aganim's eyes. You can check that if you move over Aganihm that way, because like his body doesn't hurt you. You can move it, like you can move over Aganihm and just like try to figure out if you're standing centered in front of him, because the centered position is from where you go with the manip. So you can also just move over him and see if you cover his eyes, then you know you're standing in center. You're standing in a centered position in front of him. So based on from that centered position, we start our manip. So you always wanna go in that position after he did shoot his first round balls, which are round every time. You go into the centered position and you check what he's giving you. And right now he's giving me a blue ball. Next thing you have to know is, it depends whether you get a round ball or a blue ball. It depends on your horizontal position. Once Aganihm is arrives somewhere, it depends on your horizontal, on your x-axis, whether you get a blue ball or a round ball. And every pixel you move further to the right or to the left changes that value. I'm going to showcase that here. Oh, don't slash. Now slash. First make him move. So if I do the centered position, 1 pixel right shoe, he's giving me a blue ball. Oh. If I move 1 pixel further to the left, he will give me a round ball. That's 2 pixels, so that's 1 pixel to the left from the centered position. If I move 3 pixels, no, so that's the centered position. 1 pixel to the right, so 1 pixel farther to the left from the centered position. Now I'm going 2 pixels further to the left from the centered position, like that. Now he's giving me a blue ball again. And if I go 4 pixels, no, 3 pixels, I'm messing that up. So that was 3 pixels to the left from the centered position. Centered position, blue ball. 1 pixel to the left, round ball. 2 pixels to the left from the centered position, blue ball again. 3 pixels from the center position to the left, round ball. So you can see how every pixel I move further to the left, that value changes. I'm gonna do that one more time. Centered position, he's giving me a round ball. Because that's just the RNG. If he's standing there, he gives me a blue ball, I'm sorry. And it only works, like I always have to make him to go there to make that reproducible. 1 pixel further to left from the center position. That was 2 pixels. 2 pixels is again the blue ball. I wanted to have the round ball. Centered position, blue ball. Oh fuck. That's 2 no, that was 3 pixels, fuck. I'm messing it up. So I guess you that's 1 pixel to the left. 1 pixel to the left from the center position. Center position. 2 pixels to the left from the center position. No, it's actually, yeah, it's 3 pixels. That was too many. So what I want to show here is that your x-axis matters. And next thing you have to know is also Aganim's position when he's like the way he's teleporting through the room. That also matters on whether he's giving you a round or a blue ball. So only for that position to the top left here, I can say that this position will always give me a blue ball. But only in that scenario, like in other places it might be different. And next thing I was trying out, I was just like always going for that centered position and see whether he will give me a round ball or blue ball. So I'm gonna start out here, going into the centered position, like that. He's giving me a blue ball. Now he's teleporting at the same position, and that's good that he did that, because Aganim's x-axis, so the way it depends on where Aganim is standing in the room, or like it depends from where to where Aganim is teleporting in the room. It is actually spawning at the exact same position. It's very often that he gives you the same ball type, whether you stand in the same position, except for that one. That's an exception. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm standing at the same centered position in front of him. If I'm not mistaken, that should be a round ball. Let's see. No, fuck, I messed up. Okay, maybe there's something else there. So that's the usual stuff. If Aganim doesn't move at all, so you saw him standing there and spawning at the same location before, I was also standing in the centered position. If I'm not mistaken, that's every time the same ball he's giving me. So let's see if I can reproduce that. Blue ball. Now he's moving away. Okay. So what I wanted to show you is I was trying to always go for this centered position, the 1 pixel right foot. Okay, he's giving me a blue ball. Now he's teleporting somewhere else in the room. I'll go for the same position again. He's giving me a blue ball again. Always going for that centered position there. And just trying to watch what he's doing. So that was a round ball. And now he's, interestingly, you saw him going from there to there, and now from there to there again. So I think that's a thesis right there. I think that the way Aganim is teleporting through the room changes whether he's giving you a round or a blue ball. And the premises for that thesis is that you always stand in that centered position in front of him, so that your x-axis in the room related to his position is always the same. So that's one indicator, that's one stable variable that right there. You need to that needs to be there to like make any reliable consumptions about whether he will give you a round or a blue ball. So You saw me, the first time he gave me a blue ball here. And once again, always stand in that centered position. He gave me a blue ball here, then he moved to that position, gave me a round ball here, and now he's moving to here again. So that pattern, moving from there to there, seems to change the ball type. And if I'm not mistaken, he should give me a blue ball here again, because in that position he gave me blue ball. There, it was a round ball again. Then he went back to the exact same position, so that should be a blue ball again. Yes. Don't know if that's reliable, but that's some kind of my thesis so far. So if you'll be able to recognize some patterns, like him going from there to there, and if you remember whether it changes the ball type or it might be the same, it might stay the same, you actually will be able to like sort of influence the number of blue balls you'll be getting. So that's another pattern. He moved from there to there. He got some, I don't know, like 20-ish positions throughout the room. So let's see if he changes the ball type again. We had a blue ball here, and once again, premises is that you got Link in the exact, always in the exact same position, the centered position, the 1 pixel right foot position, or like Link ears covering his eyes completely. So let's see if the ball type changes. Oh, and it changes. So that's another one you should like. Maybe you'll be able to remember. If he moves from there to there, the ball type changes because we stand in the exact same position, always the centered position, and the ball type changes. So let's try this out some more. I know I'll be getting the blue ball here again. So let's see where he's going from there. He's going from there to there. Always stand in the centered position. And that was again, that teleport from there to there changed the ball type. And now he's going back to there. So I don't know, one thing that also was mentioned by Disclude is maybe what also might influence the RNG is from where Aganihm starts to go to another place. Because like he moved from there to there and then exactly to the same position back. So if I'm not mistaken, this should be a blue ball again, because it was blue, round, and then he went back to the exact same position. So if the starting position from where Aganihm started the teleport doesn't matter, this should be a blue ball again. And it is a blue ball again. So maybe it's just like from what position to what position he's moving that might influence it. And once again, these are all theses. I didn't look into the code. I just like was doing some Aganihm fights, looking out for any recognizable patterns to be able to like decrease the amount of blue balls. So let's see what I get here. That's a round ball. And he's moving from there to there. Let's see if that teleport changed the ball type. It doesn't. So that's pretty cool. Again, this is just a thesis, but that's why I like to use that centered position. I have the feeling that most teleports from one position to another don't change the ball type. So if you get as the third ball Aganihm is shooting, so if you get for the third ball a round ball, you want to stand in the centered position in front of him again. If the third ball is a round ball, I prefer to be 1 pixel off the centered position. To go like for a round ball for the fourth shot. So let's see. Okay, he's like just try to figure out some patterns there. That's a round ball. And that's a blue ball. Yeah, like that was one of the patterns I already recognized. I try to like remember him from top or bottom positions. Like I like to think in rows, because like if you watch the positions Aganihm is taking, I'm gonna fast forward here. Like I like to think in rows. It's like row 1, row 2, row 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because if we fast forward here, you might recognize that's row number 2. And that's also interesting. You can see him hitting me doesn't get me anywhere because I'm already in the bottom left. So that's also noteworthy. Oh no, maybe it isn't. Okay, whatever. Like this is all just thesis here. It might be totally random what I discovered here, what I saw here. But once again, I just wanted to show you the rows. So that was row number 3. That's row number 7, like the bottom location. That's row number 2, the top. Row number 2, the top. Oh, please get out of here. That's row number 3, the bottom. Again. That's row number 4, the top. Row number 1, the bottom. So like that's the thing. Row number 7, the bottom. So like that's some of the patterns I try to recognize. So maybe you'll be able to remember some of the patterns. That's row number 6, the top. And if you like, if you'll be able to recognize, to distinguish those patterns, the teleportations he does through the room, then maybe you might like be able to remember whether his teleportation changes the ball type he's giving you, round versus blue ball, or whether it stays the same. So now he gave me a round ball and he stayed at the same position. So if I'm not mistaken, that should be a round ball again. No, actually it was a problem. That ball before, I wasn't standing in the center position. So that's like the premises for that manip is that you're always standing in the center position. So now he's moving from 2 top to 3 bottom, and that actually changed the ball type. So now I have to like remember that and hopefully be able to memorize it and be able to use that in an Aganihm fight later. So just some more examples here. Always try. Oh, by the way, if he's moving at the bottom, there's some other things you can recognize, like if you're standing on top of him and if you can see Link's kind of Link's ass sort of covers his oh fuck, that's what's too. If Link's ass, so to speak, covers Aganim's top ears, if you want to call that ears, that's also the centered position. The other thing you could do is just like walk over him, and because if he's standing at the bottom, you can also just like see if Link's ears are covering his eyes. That's one of the other things. And you could also, like if he shoots at the bottom and you're standing here and you're facing your sword down, you can't reflect the ball anyway if he's giving you a round ball. So once you figured out the centered position, you can like that. If he's standing at the bottom, I just do that. I see Link's ears are covered over his eyes, and you can reflect the round ball if he's standing like that. I'm gonna show that. If he's giving me a round ball. Now, but if that would be a round ball, I could reflect it also in that position. So that was one of the patterns I recognized earlier. That was top 4 to bottom 1. And I guess that should change the ball type. Yeah, it does. So if I know that, and he gives me a round ball at top 4, and he moves to bottom 1, I already know I have to stand 1 pixel off to get another round ball. Because we want those round balls, man. And that was like, my thesis is that the teleportations, and that is just like me again, being sort of superstitious, but I got the feeling that that the teleportations where the type of ball changes are fewer than the kind of teleportations where the ball type changes. So it only depends on whether you get a teleport, whether the ball type stays the same, or where it differs. So maybe I'm gonna do like some more, trying to showcase this a little more. So that's one round ball here. practicing the centered position already. So that was from bottom 1 to bottom 3. Same ball type. And there you go. Like, it was from bottom 1 to bottom 3. Ball type stays the same, and then it was from bottom 3 to top 6. And ball type changed. So that was just maybe it was just luck, maybe it was some manip, but either way, 0 blue balls. Way to go. That's interesting. He's going there again. Nice moving there. Okay, so that's one thing to remember. Bottom 1 to top 2 changes ball type. Also, top 2 to bottom 3 changes ball type. So if I should be 1 pixel off... Oh, fuck, no. So again, it's only thesis. Yeah, but maybe you like could try to improve that. I'm trying to stay at 1 pixel off, so I got the left shoe. Yeah, because that teleportation did not change the ball type, because like my thesis is that teleportations which change the ball type are fewer. So that's why I went 1 pixel off to get actually the brown ball. Let's see. No. Like, if we could manip his movement in some way, that would be awesome. But like, his teleportations are still random. So ball number 3 is a round ball. And he's going from bottom 1 to top 6. That should be another a round ball here if I stay in the centered position. There you go. Manip. Manip though. Okay, maybe one last time. So yeah, maybe you like can do some more research there. Basically, this what I showed you here is everything I've sort of recognized so far. Could be totally the wrong path on how Aganihm works, but like prior to, well, that's also interesting. Like he moved at just 1 pixel farther to the right. So let's see what happens here. It changed the ball type, okay. So if I'm not mistaken, should be a blue ball again. Yeah, because like he was at the same exact position. Yeah, it should be a blue ball again. Like, don't ever do that. I guess I actually saw TGH doing that in his insane run last week, where he got the 48-10 D8 and then got 9 blue balls. If he's spawning at the exact same position again, never stand with Link on the same x-axis, because you see, like, I can just chill there, and he gave me 3 blue balls in a row. Like, with knowing that his with knowing that his x-axis, that Link's x-axis can influence whether you get a blue ball or a round ball, can help in those situations. If Aganihm doesn't move anywhere horizontally, you can like easily go 1 pixel farther to the left or to the right from that centered position to manipulate whether you get a blue ball or a round ball. And another thing, he moved from there to there and back to there, and changed. No, I messed up. I didn't stand in the centered position there, so I can't say whether it will be a blue ball or round ball. So like one stable variable I thought I found here is like that if you always stand in the same position in front of you, you might be able to like recognize some patterns. Second ball. So maybe you like get some more out of this. So that was top 4 to bottom 7. Of course, like the third ball, I never know, of course, if it will be a blue ball or a round ball. But I guess that teleportation, I guess I had that earlier. That was bottom 7 to top 4, and I guess that changes the ball type. So I try to go 1 pixel off here. 1 pixel farther to the right. Boom! And we got 0 blue balls. So if you'll be able to recognize some patterns from where to where he's moving, and the patterns, like the thing you wanna recognize is the patterns that change the ball type. Oh. Okay, just wing it. Works also. Okay, maybe one last time and then I'll be gone. And wish you very much fun with manipping Aganihm. Oh fuck. By the way, don't ever miss the first or second round ball. If we just could to make the teleports the same every time. So that's a round ball, and he's moving from bottom 4 to bottom 3 and didn't change the ball type. Yeah, like that was again one of my theses, that most of the teleportations from one place to another don't change the ball type. Yeah, so finish him off. Oh. Ouch. I'm so bad with this. Yo! And we finished the game. 0 blue balls. Way to go. So with that strat, maybe we'll be able to finish Aganihm a little easier. Thanks for watching, thanks for stopping by. Maybe you guys can make something out of that, so that's my thoughts so far on the Aganihm Manip. I'll see you around, take care.